let me just pull up the stream on my computer so I can monitor any potential chat coming in. There it is. Alright. We returned. We are no longer sick. Shallan is home. Unfortunately, this town has some bad memories associated with it for her, but things are the way they are. Hurry on, Jay. Be thou assured that I am quite recovered. Lassie is truly a boon for unruly stomachs. Miss Denian's got a ponytail. Is it truly so amusing to see my hair bound? Just how I used to wear it. A functional fashion. Perhaps you were confused by how you found me following Nidhogg's demise. It had fallen loose after the Chirurgeons removed me from my armor and put me to bed. I simply decided to leave it that way for a time, seeing as I would not don the Azure Dragoon's helm again. Really? You were in a ponytail with that helmet on? I don't see how that would... I am confused, Estinian. I don't know how you would wear that ponytail with a helmet on. Anyway, Mancred. Right, let us split up and make inquiries in town. Shallan, the pier is yours. Once we have learned what we can, we regroup by the Aetherite. Off-putting though the mere sight of it may be. Yep. Yep, that's, we have issues. Okay, let's see. I received a thing. Okay, I just got Lassie. That's all I got. I have so many things. So much stuff in my inventory right now. Alright, and while we are here, talk to the Chocobo Keep. Still weird, I haven't seen any side quests. Oh, you're the gemstone trader. Alright. Hooray! Bi-colored gemstones! Do. Yedlamad. Yedlamad. That's how you say this town's name. Yedlamad. Okay. Now that I'm not pressured with trying to say it before the text scrolls off the screen. Crate of fruit. The crate is laden with fruits, but they are on the verge of spoiling as if they've been left too long. Well, that, is not necessarily a good sign. Someone's posing with their scythe. Pier. This is a long survey. Gazing out from the pier, he spied boats moored off the nearby isles, with silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels farther away. Compared to other ports you visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. That, it's not necessarily a good thing. Keftiraz. Alright, you're just a here. Okay. Well, now, if it isn't a traveler, you are a rare sight for these in these unsettled times. People have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared on Narunair. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after fashion, but no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. We still have our lives thanks to the Radiant Host, but business is as good as dead. What'll become of us, the gods only the gods know. Well, I have some experience with those towers, I'm just saying. Nice cool rain. Considering we're out and about in the daytime. Actually, it's probably warm rain. Still, more pleasant than the beating sun. Jinalil. What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be even worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat, like Kazal. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Kazal a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at the Saltwind Sails, the Harbor Guild building not across the water from here. Yeah. Honestly, Shallan probably would be recognized by people. Like, again, she's from Thavnir, and she used to live in this town, but that's been a good decade or so ago at this point. A bit longer than that, maybe. She did not have a pleasant time in this town, I'm just saying. Bad memories here. Guild staff. And what do you expect me to do? The Damascans aren't coming? But we already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, the provinces are in chaos, and then there's the tower sitting on our doorstep spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame the foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. Gah, but this will be an enormous loss! Alright, forget the Damascans. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Hainish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Kazal, I do. Which is why I regret to say that I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are... Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant! Nah, just an adventurer. I see, that's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me? Oh. My name is Matsia, and I'm here to see Kazal. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. Well, that is life, I guess. If foreign vessels won't come to us, why not use our own to deliver wares to them? It's not so simple, Kazal. Besides, everyone is in the same boat. Everyone. I take it by your appearance that you don't hail from these shores. I'm wearing Thavnian clothes! Come on now, I'm from here. Come on. It's just been a while. Yes, it's been maybe 2-ish years, a year and a half, something like that. How fascinating. What do you require of me? Tell me about yourself. Me? My husband and I make our living selling what goods we can. We met on a ship crossing to Limsa Laminsa when we were but fledgling merchants and have been inseparable ever since. We mainly deal in spices and fruits that can't be found anywhere else. This island tells a story through its cuisine, and we aim to share it with the world. Why don't you try some yourself? Go on, the journey will be worth it. What is this place? This is Yedlamad, a gateway to the Thavnarian Sea. In the old tongue of the peoples of the continent, the name means new port. The waters here are shallow, so only small boats can make it to the docks. However, that means the port is well protected from harsh winds and violent waves. Larger ships more laden with goods tend to moor in Alnair. Ever since that tower appeared on Naronair, we've seen fewer and fewer merchants make their way here. Trade has come to a halt, and our wares sit rotting under the sun. Yeah, Shallan knows this place well, and she remembers when it was thriving. Hey, it stopped raining. Alright, Mr. Elephant Dude, Miss Elephant, Mr. or Mrs. I'm not sure if you're supposed to be male or female. All I know is that you are an elephant and you need my help. Matsya. Yes? Can I help you? It's what I can do to help you. I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Kazal too, didn't you? I am Matsya, a fisherman in the Akyali of Akyali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kazal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. Alright, I got a new thing. Hand gear. If I may ask, what is it that you do? An adventurer, you say, and you travel the world helping people. That is exactly what I do. Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? You see, I've brought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Kazal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? I'm not exactly a salesperson, but if you're willing, please let me know and we can begin at once. Well, events that follow cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. I love it. Kind warnings. Alright, Matsya. You can follow me. You'll do it then? Show me how to deal with customers? I'm in your debt. Right. Please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yedlamad. I will observe you and learn. Now, accompanying you, keep him at your side. You can leave him. You can have him join you. Alright. Okay, I think there's someone over here. Maruna. Oh boy. Yes? Fish! I got fish here! Fresh fish straight from the sea's bosom to your mouth! Greetings, friends. How fare you of late? Greetings to you, too. I suppose I'm well enough, given the circumstance. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when that tower first appeared. Everyone's grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get out and to get to the city. Many remain there for now, but I could not stay away. I had to come back, continue with my life, such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. It's too risky out there. Maybe you ought to move to the city, too. It's no place like home, but don't do anything dangerous, eh? Oh, trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. I hope they deal with it soon so we can get back to our normal lives. To the days when you could earn as much as you gave and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did good work. Speaking of meals, why not have some fresh fish today? Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger! When you bait me like that, how can I not bite? Very well, give me some of your fish. Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is Shallow's cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk or bathed with a sprinkle of, or baked with a sprinkle of salt. You succeeded in making a sale! Hooray! that you should make a sail on the first attempt. I've learned a lot already and hope to learn more still. Not many bits here. Okay. Well. I made my sail. Let's try again, and hopefully I don't fail any of these. Okay. Nashreen. Alright, take two. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. Amra shramra, my fresh fish are the only thing you need. What do you need so many amra for? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming in these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas. But not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that and this and that. All of it wears me down, and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. I know how you feel. Thank you. A pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed it a little. I failed. I failed. Never mind, nothing else. You left her with a positive impression. North side of town. Rip me, I failed. I didn't sell. I didn't make a sale. Probably should have asked if she was sure she was actually hungry. Oh, hi, Thancred. What are you doing? Folk here are rather business-minded, for want of a better word, but at least they are welcoming of foreigners. In ordinary times, this harbor must overflow with visitors from all over the world. Alright, let's see what more I have to do to make my sail. Oh, hi, Urianji. 'Tis a storehouse like any other at first glance, yet in contrast to its scale, there's a distinct lack of activity. Alright, let's try this again. Basma... names. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh gods, my stomach. Ugh. Aether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. Some fresh fish will settle your stomach, and mine are the fresh balls. You should take it easier. Eat more slowly and savor your food. Would that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And so I'm working as hard as I can while I still can. The better to be prepared. What an industrious young man you are. How do you intend to prepare? By stockpiling supplies. For that I need to earn coins so I can buy food, medicine, what have you. How about some fish for your supplies? They're fresh caught. Do we have anything suitable, Matsuya? We do have some dried products too. Thavnarian cucumber and puffpaya fish. They're the last of the batch, so if you're interested, you can have them for a discount. Truly? By all means, I'll take them all. You succeeded in making a sale. You remembered what I told you earlier, that I preserve what I catch, which serves to show the importance of being attentive. Nod. Thank you so much for your demonstration. It was truly eye-opening experience. Come, let's return to the pier. Well, I tried 3, I sold 2. Probably could have sold the second one if I had paid a little more attention, but... oh well, it's fine. Someone's name is Status Effect, lols. Alright, Matsuya. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell to 2 of the 3 people you approached. Adventurers do indeed have great conversational skills. Watching you at work was very enlightening. By applying the lessons I've learned, I hope to one day peddle as well as you. Nod. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kazal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Matsuya? Kazal, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options at this rate. So, you can't buy my fish anymore? I'm sorry, Matsuya. Truly I am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't... I want to help you, I do, but as it stands, I can barely help myself. I've poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I have friends and families depending on me, and I can't. I won't fail them. The sisters as my witness. Ah, nice foreshadowing there. Kazal. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage. Somehow. Well, I had best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. Oh, look, side quests! Yay, they popped up. And now I have to fight the urge to start them. I will do them later, when I am not streaming. Actually, hold on. Recommendations. Alright, they're just those, okay. I didn't run into a Stenian during all that time. I wonder where he went. There you are. Gotten over the aether sickness, have you? Yes, yes. I'm much better now. Mayhap owing to the island's small size, the tower's impact upon the people's lives doth appear more pronounced here than in Eorzea. I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. Well, economy is going to pot. I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Tolaferoi. Well, being a struggling fisherman, you've only just met to peddle his catch. Yes, you would do something like that. You know me well, Thancred. Alright, you said the same thing. That Matsuya fellow you were helping, he's Arkasodara, is he not? Yeah. Words are hard. Apparently 'tis almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? If summoning this is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Arkasodara would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We'd best go after him. Akyali lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Karl's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Let's see. Wouldn't be key items. What would it be? Oh, I don't remember where to find the Aether Compass. I remember finding it before. Collection? Yes, collection, okay. Northeast. This is not as convenient as the having it as an item is, I have to say. I liked having it just straight on my hotbar. Can I put it on my hotbar? Oh, actually I can. Okay, that's better. Alright. Northeast. I am heading west. Alright, let's go this way. There it is. North. Unfortunately, we cannot head straight north from here, so we're going to go around. Ooh! I don't think I've ever seen an Ari child before. That's new. So cute. Chocobo keep. Yep, stuff and things. Let's see if we can go around. The need to fly is very pressing. East. Okay. Hopefully we can get to it. It doesn't seem to be the case, unfortunately. $29 yalms. Oh, there it is. Okay. Can we get down there? There. Maybe. How do we get down there? Let me down. I guess we have to go around. That's a bummer. Huh. Interesting. I guess I will find a way to get there eventually. Alright. Let us advance the quest line then. Matsya! Matsya! Do not see Matsya nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Boop, 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 boop. Just me and my peacock. I was briefly scared by the sight of a level 80 monster, and then suddenly I remembered, oh wait, level 80 monsters are the norm out here. Lols. It's like, I am level 80. Alright, around this way. Matsya! Matsya! Do not see Matsya from here either. No, leave me alone. Help! Somebody help! Matsya's voice, it came from the north! Ha! Dun dun dun! Avoid the angry elephants. Find the good elephants. I see him. I see him. Matsya! Use my AoEs. I was stunned. That's unfortunate. That's okay. Now that in practice, yeah, that's a nice change. That the procs are shared. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? We were concerned for your safety, my friend. I see you found him in time. They were trying to kidnap you, buddy. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We heard the Arcasadar are being targeted. Surely you have as well? Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean is all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of Divinities in the old tongue, it means. But they are not true divinities. They are monstrous imitations that only bring death. To have one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their nature? You come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish! But to answer your question, yes, of course. We would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I am a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We are good, gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge. And fish! What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Akyali? They have fish. Yes, of course. Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. I must have my fish. Fish is my addiction. Fish and Xenos Galvis. Those are my addictions. So, 'tis the simulacra of Thavnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we might be able to save them. We will be able to save them. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like as not. As you said, we do well to study their religious traditions. To Ekyali. Fish! Must have my fish. I desire fish. Give me my fish. I will eat all the fish they have to offer me. North. But first, Aether cards. Any that I'm able to obtain. Northeast. Fortunately, it cannot go that way. Dodos. Hamsa dodos. Oh, there's another Aetherite I can attune to over there. Doop doop boop 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 boop. Going south. Southeast. South. There it is. Let's see. Aether currents. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 10 currents I can find, and then 5 obtained via quests. Okay. I think that's usually how it goes. Okay, sorry, that's the one that was leading me to earlier. And if this is anything like the other expansions, then I can only get to about half of them right now, and the other half later. Look at all the elephant people. How many fish did they have? Fish? Fish? Is there fish? Can I have fish? These are spears. They're not fish. I don't know how to spear fish yet. Thancred. A charming little village. Shame about that hideous tower. Yeah, agreed. Look at that ugly thing. Pass. Welcome to our village, traveler. Is there anything I can help you with? Alright, converse. Estinian is staring out at the sea. Mark you that platform out on the water. Some manner of shrine, perhaps. No, I'm pretty sure that's how they fish. They sit up there and they fish. That is how fishing is done. Fishy, fishy, fish, fish. Urianger should be around here somewhere. I'm out in the water. I can usually forget about my woes, but no chance of that with that giant eyesore looming near. I hope they tear the hideous thing down soon. We'll do our best, bud. We'll do our very best. Urianger. Urianger, where art thou hiding? There you are. Familiar though I am with the myths and legends of this island, to hear them spoken by heirs to this storied heritage giveth them new life. Sure, I can catch a few fish if I take the boat out, but I've got nowhere to sell them. And even though I do what I can to preserve them, all they end up doing is filling my storehouse instead of my pockets. I mean, you can eat them. Yes, it would be boring, but at least you could survive. Welcome to Akyali, my friend. The name means white beach, and there isn't much here save that. But please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga and old Hasveda. They're free at the moment, as it happens. Okay. Conga line? Nets, but there's no fish. I was promised fish. Where's my fish? You wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. I'd take the fish happily as well. Please, yes, give me fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups: the Manyusa, beings of wisdom whom assume the form of men, and the Mraga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together they are divinities, their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings we strive to be better people and live better lives. Okay. Hasveda. I spoke to you a minute ago. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Manyusa and the Murga, deities who looked like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Manyusa, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foe. Likewise, the Manyusa coveted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manyusa have worn animal faces and the Murga the limbs of men. Fascinating, fascinating. Alright, Mattia. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. Yeah, a couple. While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my home at once. Okay, Mattia. Oof. Converse. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. They are the Manyusa. You've heard about them already, yes? The 3 sisters. The center one is the eldest, Sindaruva, goddess of wisdom. For this, the alchemist hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sandaruva, the goddess of wealth. She counts many traders among her followers. On the left is Mindaruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over crafts and is beloved by weavers. Though each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion to the Manyusa, the deities of Eorzea preside over myriad aspects of life. What of the Murga, if I may ask? The Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head, and he is venerated for the as the progenitor of the word. Then there are the dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. You worship dragons too? Estinian's interested in that. It's said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of Radzatan, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of Sastrap, The legend holds that if ever the satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Well, dragon ally. Guess this is where we get to find Richa. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I am confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right, I believe it's time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her in a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. So much talking. Alright, I guess I gotta talk to Matsuya. Sun will be rising soon. Did you say you were going to see Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. And did I say she's beautiful? I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. I can promise you, Matsuya, I don't think I will drown in another woman's eyes. Shallan is only interested in men, and she is at the moment particularly interested in only one man in particular, whom she is very looking forward to meeting up with again, however long that takes. Please let it be soon. I want to see him. I want to see Xenos. It's been so long. I need to see him. Maybe find an opportunity to tell him that I had his baby. Maybe. Also, while we're going, northeast. Probably can't make it there, but we'll see. East, yeah, can't make it there. There's a crack in the map. But might as well unlock the coast a bit more. Very nice, chill, relaxing music out here. East, probably still the same one. The perfumed rise, salt winds welcome. You know, if I could ever get in the same instance as some of my friends, same instance area, if one of us finds all the Aether currents first, the other could just fly us all to them. Whee! If they remember where they are. The joys of having a multi-person mount. Probably still can't make it there. We probably can't make it to any more on this map, even though I would think we could get at least 5. I have 2. Northeast, okay. Do, 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 do. 64. Oh, there it is. Oh, it went away. Okay, fine. I know that's number 3. Hooray! East. Can't go that way. Alright. Daytime music. It's appropriate, but also kind of oddly reminds me of Xenoblade X. Northwest. North. Still north. Northwest. There it is. East. Probably can't get there, but doesn't hurt to poke our heads in that direction. Leave me alone, Manjusaka. Northeast. Oh, looks like I might actually be able to get to this one. There it is. Now the question how to get up there. Okay, this way. Easy enough. Southeast. Looks like I had to go into the water. Alright. And we probably can't make it to this one. There's indeed another crack. Cannot head down there. Oh well. No, can't go through there. Okay. Alrighty, that I think is all the Aether Currents I can currently get. Whee! Just explore a little bit more map up in this direction, and then we will go back and do more MSQ. Whee! Also giving myself a break from reading for a moment. Letting my voice get a little bit of rest. I haven't done this much talking in a long time. There lies the Tower of Zod. Leave me alone, Starmite. Down in this direction. We'll check, make sure there's nothing. Yep, it's way away, so... Do think I found all the aetherites I can find so far, or aether currents. Oh, look, there's Gyukis here. Except they're called Valras here. They're walruses! They're, no matter what, they are walruses. It's getting darker as the sun gets higher. Alright. I think I've explored as much map as I'm getting. Now let's go find Nidhada. It's weird not being able to fly, but it is what it is. It does give you a chance to look around and explore, though. Alright. Let's find our way up, which is going to be around... Oh. Oh. That would be an aetherite. Oh, there's a... Okay, here's everybody. Oh, this certainly isn't a good sign. Let me attune this aetherite real fast and then I'll look at them and see what's going on. Alright. This certainly doesn't look like a good thing. Oof. Estinian! If there was a battle, there's a conspicuous lack of blood. In such manner did we find them. What could have befallen these people? What in the world? Voices!
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see.
I guess we have seen our children before. Seeing this guy just reminded me, oh yeah, we had that one guy in the first.
I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow.
Go right ahead, kiddo. We're here to talk to them.
People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Are these drugs?
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
They're drugs. Lols.
Many thanks.
One for me.
I'm with you,
Those are
Estinian.
dragon scales.
Very sus.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower.
Oh. Interesting.
Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
I believe you just Kryl sent us?
Of course. You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Yeah, that's me.
Ah, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova.
This might actually be where Shallan
The winds have
lives.
shifted. I feel it.
Of course,
The
there's no
end to our
Hrothgar here,
toil
but
is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
I like his accent.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragonkin, yes?
Get away.
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Right. We don't talk about that.
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not?
We don't talk about any of that, please.
I should like to draw a file or two if so.
The Estinian run away!
See here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
I am very concerned. Rianche's paying respects.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement.
I'm very concerned for
No
him.
harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk?
Are you sure about that? They
you may
mentioned
have
something
guessed,
about drawing
I am
blood.
Vidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Kryl. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
I think there are mostly Aura and a few here. Makote don't seem to live here. But then, Shallan was a refugee. Which might actually make more sense why she was so targeted for bullying as a child. But there's also no Hrothgar here, which is another bother. But that's fine. Maybe Papa Gunther came from somewhere else as well. Papa Gunther. Yeah. Alright, Nidhana. I certainly hope Estinian's not, like, experiencing inappropriate probing of any sort. long for the days when I enjoyed such fervent adoration. But on this occasion, I am glad to entrust the burden of popularity to a Stenian. Yeah, same. Tis said that shellfish are ideal for those who have suffered blood loss. Mayhap we should have acquired some from Matsia. Oh, poor Stenian. Oh, poor Stenian. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kryl herself is tied up with another investigation, Shallan is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. If I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create an enchanted talisman. Talismans that will allow for our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against etheric corruptions of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we will be ready to conduct a field test, and here is where you and your blessing of light come in. Whatever it is, just leave it to me. What exactly is it you need me to do? Better than having blood drawn, I suppose. What exactly is it you need me to do? Nothing complicated, I assure you. We only ask you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. Nod. In that case, Ariane and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you are ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you atop after seeing to some preparations. Okay then. Good luck with the test. I shall remain here to assist the other alchemists. Okay. I'm sure a Stenian... Well, I might be able to find a Stenian somewhere. I'm sure Ariane and Thancred are around somewhere too. Alright, so... Exit, turn south. Okay, up this hill. Another cloudy day. That's a lantern. You see a lantern designed in the local style, and it is called Drunken Deepa. Why do I have the option to talk to the lantern? I hope you didn't have trouble finding this place or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. I will give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many a sleepless night. The Drunken Deepa. The Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe aether sickness. More severe aether sickness, wee! For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you are ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. This is a safe distance. You're like closer to it than I am. To reduce the risk of accidental exposure, the Drunken Deepa will emit a blast only after it has moved a certain... Okay. Follow it closely and bathe in the aether 4 times. Okay then, I continue to be a test subject. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. Follow the Drunken Deepa's leads and try not to fall behind. Okay. Follow it. Follow the bouncing lantern. Why? Why do I have the option to follow the bouncing lantern? Why? Why is this a thing? Radiating Aether, please stand back. Target is preoccupied, unable to interact. Are you doing the thing? Hello? Okay, there we go. Discharging Aether. You're struck by a powerful blast of Aether, but suffer no ill effects. Good to know. Good, good. Alright, let's try this again. Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. I don't like where this is going. Considering the aether sickness I had when I first arrived here, it's a good thing I have more of that, yogurt drink stuff. Discharging Aether. Another powerful blast of Aether, but suffer no ill effects. Alright. Let's go, Deepa. Subject stomach and bowel integrity holding confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. Oh goodness, this thing. This is interesting. Why does the lantern talk and bounce? It's so weird. That's so weird. Discharging Aether. Struck by yet another powerful blast of Aether, but suffer no ill effects. The blessing of light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. Subject fortitude rated impressive. No irregularities confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow and brace for final discharge. Thanks for your assistance, Heidelin. Discharging Aether. You're struck by the strongest blast of Aether yet, but survive completely unscathed. Dun dun dun. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to Supervising Alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. I mean, could have been worse. It's nothing compared to my arrival here. Ah, you've returned, and not on your knees. A promising sign. But come, let me take the Deepa off your hands. Please, take this creepy lantern away from me. Thank you. I shall replenish its ether for when we test the talisman. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You're feeling perfectly fine? Yep, so far so good. Then the test of your blessing is beyond doubt. There's no risk that the tower will corrupt your ether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. Yes, it won't influence me. Yay. You are a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of a special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of the key ingredient for it, spirit weed. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go and harvest some. With the recent spate of kidnappings, however, we, Arcasadara, travel alone at our peril. Will you not come with me as my escort? I would compensate you for your troubles, of course. Go right ahead. I'm in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Kajaya's Footsteps. It is situated on the road that runs east of the Great Work. Alright. Let us go. Continues to be a cloudy day. I'll have to see more of what Thavnair looks like, though, before I can truly decide where Shallan's home was. She's never been to Razatan. Or if she has, it was very brief and she probably didn't remember it. Hello, Nidhana. I may be simply imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Look out, Shallan! Hostile presence. Look at these tempered Imperials. It's so nice. They change. They change to dance steps, and it's so good. Such a wonderful improvement. Alright. Gods, but that gave me a fright. To think that the moment I ventured out outside the safety of the work. Thank the sisters I asked you to come with me. You are all right, I hope. Good. Let's continue on then. It isn't far now. Just through these pillars and up the rise. Is that a dragon? No, it's not a dragon. Okay. And here we are, Kajaya's Footsteps. Kajaya was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know. They come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit of this is that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting at once, if you would be so good as to stand guard. The kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but better safe than sorry. Dancers, come here. And look at that peacock. That's the reason why I bought the peacock. Alright, got that out of the way. I paid my respects as a dancer.
Yes, that would be Radzad Khan. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
Of course, it's a foggy day, so we can't see friggin' Radzad Khan. What can you tell me, the satrap?
Well, he is the most important person in Radzad Khan. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjord from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today.
Fascinating.
And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people. But when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution.
Interesting.
The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzad Khan to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
Oh, hi, Fandaniel!
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen?
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
I think his voice actor actually changed. Like, they had him speaking twice before, but now I think he's fully changed his voice actor at this point. I think. Interesting. Oh boy, the pet Ascian is here. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let us head back to the great work, shall we? Oh, it's such a shame we can barely see routes that time of here. However, look at this beautiful shrine. Beautiful shrine to dancing. I love it. It's so good. Huh. They even have male dancer statues. Male and female. Cool, cool. I like a lot. And night falls once again. It is still super foggy. The weather was not kind to me this time. Charcoal. Nice name. I like it. Alright, I take it she's inside, yep. Looks like our little Aura friend is gone. Shallan, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. Thank you, I appreciate the money and the experience. And look, more side quests have popped up. The drive to go do them is strong. If you'll excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you're both back. Excellent. Oh, there's Roshan. I have a message for you, Mistress Nidhana. It would seem the stores of the giant skull are running low. What? But when last I looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Urianger told everyone about their tempering cure, and Estinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain, but we will need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to attend to this if you like. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Shallan, loath though I am to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the giant skull? In case you are not familiar, giant skull is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and etheric conductivity, it has many applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. With the quarry where it is found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, isn't far away. It shouldn't take much of your time. May we impose on you once more? Certainly, I'll do it. I'm happy to do whatever task you need of me. Thank you. Upon arriving at these grounds, please seek out a man named Zenua. He will furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens that I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of hamsa, Mistress Nidhana? By all means, do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I will bring the hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. Okay. Ah, look at all the side quests. I need to do the side quests. Oh, blue one. I spy a blue one. I am picking up that blue one and doing it right now. There it is. Gina strong thighs. Okay. Quest sync. Do you have a moment, adventurer? One of my colleagues has gone missing. She said she was going to Kadia's footsteps to get a bit of exercise, but she hasn't come back. I'd go search for her, but it's almost time for a shift change, and I can't very well leave the kiln to operate itself. Could you find her and fetch her for me? Leave it to me. You're too kind. She should be at Kadia's footsteps. Keep an eye out for a here with black hair. I'm sure she'll be happy to see you. She was out last time you were by, and she was devastated she missed out the chance to meet one of the students of Baldissian. I mean... Oops, that's not what I meant to hit. Sure, I'm a student of Baldissian. Sure. Alright. So we're heading back up to Kadia's. Just a minute, Varshan. I have other things to do. I must get Aether Currents. All the Aether Currents. All of them. Alright, looking for a black-haired hero woman. There she is. What do you mean I need to get back to work? Oh, have I really been out that long? I really should go. But I was hoping to get a better look at the stage before I left. I'm sure you're busy, but could you assist me a moment? Thank you. I will inspect the walls, so could you make sure the stage is in order? Okay, I mean, I've already looked up there before, but sure, I might as well look again. I did my own little private performance to pay tribute. But let's just make sure it's sound. Some of the paint is worn off. It could use a fresh coat. The cloth wavers exquisitely in the wind. No problems here. There's a small hole in the floor. That can't be good. Oof. Why does this woman not even have a name yet? Any problems? The floor and the paint. I'll have to fix them next time I come by. Thank you for checking. You know, it seems odd that I've never met you until now. You wouldn't happen to be an adventurer sent by the students of Baldissian, would you? You are? And here I was delegating you menial tasks. If I had known, I've always admired travelers like you. You see, I was studying to be a dancer under Mistress Nashimira at one time. I wanted to see the realm as I traveled for performances. Maybe I still can. Not as a dancer, of course, but as an alchemist. Oh, but we should hurry back to the great work. I don't want to cause any more trouble than I already have. Funny you should mention Mistress Nashimira. She's in Eorzea, still training dancers. Meanwhile, Rana is off doing her own dancing. She's taken over Troop Falsium, and I perform with her sometimes. Do 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 do. I'll go for about another hour, and then I will make food for myself, and during that break I'll do all these side quests that have popped up, and then probably pick back up with streaming after that. Probably. Ah, there you are. I heard you helped my colleague with her stage inspection while you were out. It is greatly appreciated. She really looks up to your kind, you know. She lost her chance to become a dancer due to an unfortunate injury, and now she's working to heal the sick and injured as an alchemist. She was so happy to meet you, as am I. Here, a token of our thanks. Aether Current! Yay! Alright, now let's go see Varshan. You have birds. Here are Hamza, Shallan. If the creature looks familiar, that's because they are close kin to your Eorzean dodos. Hamza have long been kept as livestock in Thafnir, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these was recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, first let's make for the outpost. We'll set forth at your word. Are you ready? Then let us depart. You need only ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead for yours to follow. Okay. Why am I riding on a dodo? Let us be off. If you haven't ridden dodos before, be warned that they have a wobbling gait. I'd rather take my peacock. I am very uncomfortable. I am very, very uncomfortable. I don't know how I feel about this at all. A spectacular formation stretching out over the water is called so the sword holds legend, wielded by Manusa against Mara before they were cast down the complex end. Ah. Why am I riding a dodo? To the left, and requiring no introduction, is the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small isle. I still look so uncomfortable. Almost there. Though the main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff, the outpost itself is on the beach. Don't tell me there's an actual dodo mount. I've never seen anyone riding on one, but now it seems like it's a possibility. Oh. Is that guy wearing... I'm pretty sure he's wearing rabble gear. And here we are, manned by the Radiant Host. This outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. And it's still foggy. Oh, you're dragoons. Well, who should it be but young Varshan, on an errand for the satrap? I am. His Excellency bade me come to collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm in these past few days, this remains the front line of battle. No place for children. Your predecessor too often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may now be, I am certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do for my own volition, and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering, but I still worry for you. We would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will, Nabeen. Thank you. Nabdeen. And who might you be? Not Hanish by the look of her. Permit me to introduce Shallan Renage, of the Eorzean contingent come to assist in the making of the talisman. From Eorzea, you say? Well, technically I'm actually from here, but towers have appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what's the situation like? May I suggest you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you can share. You two, bring Varshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. They are all dragoons. This is the fellow that carried you hither. Its breathing is somewhat ragged, perhaps due to its inexperience as a mount. Well, okay then. It's still odd. Varshan. All appears quiet within the tower at the moment. I dare say the soldiers won't mind if you approach them. Imhudi? Oh, I've heard about you. A visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Talafaroi? We know that they're the ones behind the tower and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is it that they want? This we don't understand. What? They want to die and take everyone with them? What madness is this? Well, you can bet we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. Abdeen? It occurs to me that I have yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. What of the towers in Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? So it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we can't expect our calls for outside aid to be answered. Could you? You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zod, as folk have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Naraner. We are safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting ether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? I'm not a foreigner, I'm from this place. our struggles are not unique, then our hopes still lie with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they're ready. It's a little awkward that everyone's treating me like I'm not from this place. Oh well. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope that was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Razadhan ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, the stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you had best see to your original errand. As mine will keep me here a while longer, however, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hamsa, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. I have to take the Hamsa again. Why do I have to ride this dodo when I have my own freaking peacock? Please. This thing doesn't want to ride me, and I don't want to ride it. It doesn't want me to ride it, and I don't want to ride it. Should you become separated from me? Okay. Why do I have to take the Hamsa? Why? Road east. I think it's this way. Oh, that is a tiny dot. That is a tiny, tiny spot. However, I have been there. If this is an actual mount, I would laugh so hard because it would have to be able to fly. Although I get the feeling you can probably get it by doing beast tribes or something. It probably will become a mount. But like seriously, why do I have to take it? Why can't I just take my own mount? Yeah, dodo. Dodo. Alright, should be pretty straightforward though. Let's go grab the giant skull. Oh, this place, okay. No sooner do you arrive at your destination than the Hamsa dashes off. Poor thing. I didn't want to ride you, the game made me. Zenua, hello. Hi, this is indeed the Giant Skull grounds, and I am Zenua. Is there something you require? Giant Skull for the alchemist, you say? But of course they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. I can play triple triad with someone out here. Lulz. Here you are, a sack of the purest giant skull. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. When you deliver it, tell the good folk at the great work. Let the good folk at the great work know that we are grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Alright, now I can finally take my own mount. I'd much rather ride my peacock than a freaking dodo bird. And the night has cleared up, and we can clearly see that ugly tower now. Van Daniel's Ugly Towers. It'll be so nice when we're able to fly. I do like how the fact that the first Aether Current side quest involved the dancer stage. It gives me a good feeling. Maybe it will involve more about the dancers. That would be lovely. Look at all those side quests. So many side quests. Need to do all the side quests. Ha! Alright. Oh, we are well above the great work. Where's the way down? Alright, here we go. So many alchemists. And not a single Makote in sight. Except for other players. No Makote, no Hrothgar. Makes my backstory a little awkward, but, you know. I can still make it work. Hello, Nidhana. Ah, welcome back, Shallan. I hope you have the giant skull. Yep, they just gave it to me. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing these. Now we have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it's ready, it will be time for the true test, so please take your ease while you can.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
How are you doing, Estedian?
You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
Oh, hi. I saw him!
What is it? What did you see?
I saw Van Daniel.
Van Daniel? Are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds! This is the one!
At long last! Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments! We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot. Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Will do.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
Tancred. Keep them safe. Nothing unusual so far. Don't worry about us. Think only of your own task. Alright. No new blue quest? Oh, there is a blue quest. Hold on. That is out there, though. Alright. Now, I think I will keep going until I reach the, the conclusion for this part of the story. Then I'll do all this. Well, I'll do the blue quest, and then I'll do the side quests, and then, well, I'll do the side quests off stream, and then resume after that. It'll give you a nice, long, decent break. So I feel like we're probably reaching the end of this part of the story. I don't even want to say that enemy name. Goodness. Vajralangula. The sun has risen and it's getting hot out here. My poor, sensitive, nocturnal keeper eyes are burning. Alright, that is a fancy looking boat. This is a rather finer boat than I had expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let us be off. Don't worry, Nidhana. We have a cure for tempering, so just I'll knock you unconscious if I have to, but then you'll be fine. I promise you'll be fine.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now. It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Okay. Go as close as we can, I guess. Oh. I think it wavered. It's wavering.
So far, so good.
Okay,
The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance.
I am worried, though. I'm not sure how well this is going to turn out. I think your protection is wavering. I'm not liking this. Nidhana.
Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be. Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets.
I'm still very concerned at the moment.
What?
Oh, that's not good. Oh, ethereal chains.
Ah!
No! No, give me back my elephant friend! Give her back to me! Yeah, we get a peek at the dungeon before we actually come into the dungeon. This place is much bigger in here than I thought it would be. Where is she? Where is my friend? There she is. Give her back to me. Give her back to me.
Oh, let me go. Oh, let me go. Oh.
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Daniel, give her back to me.
Stop. Oh, you can't do this. Please.
No. No. Oh. Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. Nidana. Oh. No. Give that back to me. It's mine.
For heroics, I'm afraid.
Daniel, I'm going to tackle you to the ground.
The similarities are striking.
Similarities to what?
My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
What are you talking about, you madman? I hope they saved that formula.
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Vandaniel, the sundered Ascian.
I will admit I have heard nothing about you.
I inherited the position and the soul of the Vandaniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking.
Yeah, and I inherited a Zem.
Practically
This we know.
speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Vandaniel's knowledge and memories. But I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am.
I knew it! I knew this was going to be a whole thing. Part of his motivations.
How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes?
Unfortunately, yes.
Then I expect you've heard of me. The old.
Oh no. Oh no.
At your service.
Oh my gosh! What? You mean that guy we fought in the Crystal Tower? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met. Day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
Now I want to replay the Crystal Tower series so that I know.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull.
Wait, what?
Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
Oof.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence.
Oh, Alec. Alec was a bunch of nasty people.
For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend. Our first and greatest emperor.
Alright, you're the one who brought Zan back to life.
And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards. Always onwards.
Is it playing a rendition of the Heavensward theme?
He who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Yeah, that's Zand, alright.
Heed me, Armon.
I fought him enough.
No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death.
Alright, I remember this part of the story.
In the end, all is lost.
Alright, because they're in Ozzy's Law. Okay, that's why it's playing the Heavensward music.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war. And so I have come to claim you.
Oh, hi, Emmett.
For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
This is... Wow, my brain is exploding. Now we see even more why
the fall
it's
of
important
the
to do the
Empire
Crystal Tower.
affirmed the truth, majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
Love how we're having this pleasant conversation. It's like not wanting to attack me or anything. He's just wanting to chat with me. Oh, is he gone? Huh.
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell. As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades.
We'll find a way, Fandaniel. We will find a way.
We shall meet again. Not a lot of these minor spires. Oh, no. But somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see you.
Tell him I miss him too. Give him my love. Yes, Jubs, I did just say that. Lols. And I meant every word of it. Ah, you are returned, but where is Mistress Nidhana? Yeah, that was a bit of an info dump, Jubs. That was a bit of I think my brain might have exploded a little bit there. Manusa preserved, just when we had succeeded in making the talisman. I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return to the great work. Right. Well, at least it wasn't as bad as what happened to Tesleen. It's like, it was bad, but it could have been much, much worse. She's still alive, and there's still a slight chance we might be able to save her. Leave me alone, flamingo toucan thingy. Chamrush. Yeah, that was very unexpected. I did not see Fandaniel being Aemon coming at all, and now I really want to replay the freaking Crystal Tower and see what I can find out from that. Because I vaguely remember things about, you know, him saying, you know, that, you know, his ideas about death and how Zan's saying things about death and stuff. It's just, I need to replay that so I get a new perspective on it. Because, my brain is exploding. Yes, I'm sure you have punched the toucans. I have not been punching or dancing for enemies very much. Yep. Fandaniel is that boss. And again, I vaguely remember him being important to the story of the Crystal Tower, so, like, I really want to replay the Crystal Tower now to get all that information. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? So it was Fandaniel after all. Damn that bastard. I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. We must tread warily, lest we endanger Nidhana and the other captives. We must first inform everyone of the situation, Nidhana's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it best if you were the one to explain. She got just a little too close, a little too eager. That's a different hand gesture. Oh, Nidhana. Can you answer me this? Though Nidhana is trapped in the tower, she's alive, yes? She is. Then we must make warding scales, as many as we can. The prototype works effectively. This Nidhana proved at peril to herself. I skipped that line. Rip. As alchemists, this is how we will fight. This is how we will help win the fight. My friends, the satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl that he might personally discuss the production of the wording scales with you. And as for our Eorzean visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nidhana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Radzatan for an audience with His Excellency? Alrighty, off to the city. We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be to the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of Giant's Gull Ground, and I will show you into the city. So we actually are going to that side of the map now? Forgive me if I'm suspicious. It's so pink. So colorful out here. It's an armadillo, but at the same time, it's not an armadillo. It's also a level 90 monster. Whee! Alright, it's up this way. Fandaniel is Aemon. That's still just like... Brain exploding! For some reason I didn't see it coming! But now it is just interesting things to consider. Oh, I like this music. It's so happy. Look at the palm trees. Giant palm trees. Alrighty. And I have arrived. Estinian. When last I visited, the city was brimming with life. I expect the tower has dampened the mood somewhat. Be it here or in Eorzea, all share the desire to deliver the captives. Thus united, I pray that we may join in common cause with the satrap. Of the satrap, I only know common tidbits, and that though the position is hereditary, he is not considered a sovereign, and that despite possessing a considerable authority, he wields it sparingly. Given the esteem in which the locals hold him, however, it's safe to assume that he's good at his job. We could do far worse for an ally. Alright. All present? Then let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times. So I take it we're not actually, like, going to the city, we're just here for a cutscene or something. But I take it Emmett is still going to give us an introduction.
Squats upon Favnir, and to its stony surface clings the city of Rads at Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things. Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun.
That's a lot of stairs.
The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
Are the colors meant to be a little off? Okay, yeah, they are. Oh, right, it's showing what
But
it was.
no such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Here we are. Megadota. It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside.
One day we will explore. Yeah, I can see that too, Jebs. Granted, I haven't done the Shallan stuff yet, but I can kind of see Xena doing that stuff and us doing this stuff.
Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, Satrap of Radzat-Han.
You are wearing a
Our
Rabble Keeper's
alchemists
headband.
tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
Not everything went to plan.
I assume you speak of Nidana. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nidana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not. This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
As you wish.
Vitra?
Your traveler's assistance to the students of Valdesian. But you are known to me.
Yep, it's Vitra. I thought Vitra was supposed to be female.
Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
But I guess this Vitra's male.
Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
Vritra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
And Tiamat.
Aye, mine elder brothers, of Midgard's Sorma's spawn, I was last to hatch.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat Han had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive with the Aura, adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility. When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radzat Han.
But if Vritra is still here, then your position as satrap is just...
A charade, yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end. I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
How different you are from your
eye.
brothers.
It was taken.
"'Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Radzat Han.
That's fascinating.
With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will."
That's fascinating.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered, Estinian warm blood. From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another, yet did neither one of us bare his fangs. That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radzat Han. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me. Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Paddlethan and Cartanau, I am told.
That we did. I killed a semblance of your biggest big brother.
I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions.
Good.
And should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales.
That's a lot of scales. Does Vitra have that many scales?
The four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go. Steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Shallan is in order.
Hestinian's already on his way out.
Not lend thine aid.
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Radzadhan, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
Well, okay then. Estanian. If our course of action is decided, let's not tarry. Range. That we should encounter one of the first brood in such a circumstance. Tancred. That meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Shallan and muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zod. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune the Aetherite here before departing. Unless, of course, you enjoy violent nausea. Oh, that was a thing. That was certainly a thing that happened. Alright. Speaking of, there is that one quest there. Let us go back and do it. Wait. I did attune this Aetherites, didn't I? Oh, yeah, there we are. Alright, Thafnir. Yeah, let's go back to there. As much as Shallan might not want to. Well, let's go do this blue side quest. Ogul. Why are there Mantanga everywhere? Has this town fallen? Ah, your face. It is known to me. You were the warrior who fought for the mole at the Nada. I am Ogul of the Katayan. It was your bravery and skill which inspired me to embark upon my own hero's journey. Yet now I am foolishly blundered into a den of Mantanga. Why do these others walk without fear? Do they not care if they're slaughtered? These Mantanga are not like those that live on the Azim steppe. The Arkasodara are a civilized tribe. I do not doubt your word, but grandmother would always warn me, if you encounter a Mantanga, turn tail and flee, as fast and far as you can. Her tales were awful and bloody, and so now the very sight of them, the terror rises unbidden. No, I cannot stay here. I must earn enough coin to buy passage from this nightmare island as soon as possible. I beg of you, stay at my side for a time, just until I meet this Kankana person the sailors told me about. It is said she is said to have work that pays a fair wage, so I will see what she has for me. Psst. Yeah, I don't know whether or not she would have attuned this aetherite. I haven't fully decided. Like, yes, she lived in this town when she was a child. It might have been that this town didn't even have an aetherite back then. It's possible. Like, I haven't even decided where on the island she's specifically from. I'm thinking possibly well, nah, probably not the Great Work, because that's just a bunch of alchemists. So, like, probably somewhere over here that I can't see yet. I'm just gonna have to look around and see. Unless, I guess, all of this might be Ratzatan. No, Ratzatan is its own area. Okay, but yeah. I'll have to explore more of Thavnair and get a better sense for where she's actually from. Alright. Oh, cool. Do. Oh no. Oh no. By the desk, mother. No one told me that Kankana was a Mantanga. Could I ask you to speak with her in my stead? Well. Hi. Welcome to Yadilamad, traveler. I am Kankana, and it is my job to assign the right work for the right workers. Might I ask your name? Wait, my name is Shallan. I'm not exactly here to work for you, but Shallan. And Ogle, was it? Let me jot those down. Oh, grandmother, why? Why did it have to be a Mantanga? Is your companion quite alright? She's a little scared of you. An understandable reaction. The Gajasura tribe have done much to stain the reputation of our people. You are looking for work, though, yes? Many have been forced to take what they can since the troubles began, so I'm afraid all the simple jobs are gone. As for what's left, I only have tasks fit for seasoned fighters. Does that sound like something you could do? Fighting? I can fight. Lest you doubt, my skills are likened to that of the Dragonbane, the legendary Chakazo herself. I'm not familiar with that name, but you sound formidable indeed. Why don't we start you out with escort duty then? A group of artisans set off to harvest materials and ask that I send any prospective protectors their way should I happen to enlist any. What? They already set off? Is our duty not to escort them? There's to be a ritual dance performed at Kadiata's footsteps. They'll need incense and costumes for the dancers and such. The entire thing was decided rather suddenly, so there was no time to waste. Huh. She is wearing her top. These artisans you speak of, do they include Mantanga in their number? It was Arka Sodara who submitted the request. I hope that won't be a problem. Oh, not at all. I look forward to fainting at the feet of my most feared enemy. Shallan, I cannot do this alone. Pray, lend me your strength, the strength of the victor of the Nadam, and half the reward of this task will be yours. Okay, whatever. The artisans didn't plan to venture far. Leave Yedilamad to the west, and you should soon come across your employer. Okay. Then that is where we shall meet. You will find me there, yes? Okay, sure. We'll be fine. Alrighty. Ogle. You have to look at the guy you're working for. Ah, you must be our belated escort, yes? Yep, that'd be us. Glad to have such courageous... is your companion not well? She seems a touch shaky. Of course, I should have thought of it before. I shall harvest the necessary ingredients while the artisan stays here. That way I have no need to fear him, being harmed. Perfect! I must say, this is less than ideal. My people are already scattered across the wilds, and I wanted someone to roam around and ensure they were safe from attack. Is your friend perhaps frightened by Arkasodara? I have met such travelers before. Well, no matter. If you could patrol the areas as I asked, I must attend to my own harvesting. Okay, I'll do what I can. Ogle has run off into the wilds alone. Keep an eye out for her as you continue your patrol. Well then. Well, there's some angry elephants. There's a wounded Arkasodara here. Well. They look angry. We're fine. Tusks, trunks, bone-crunching feet! Yep. Alright. You're fine, buddy. You must think me foolish. I was so absorbed in my task that I failed to notice the ground shaking at their approach. Still, my injuries are light and my satchel is full. Thanks to you, I think I can make it back to town in time to meet the others. What happened? Did you slay the beast? Yeah, I did. That was a near thing. I took the first one by surprise, but the second, knowing a Montanga stood at my back, my mind froze and my body refused to obey. Grandmother taught that we should let fear wash over us like water, but to my shame, I could not have failed her more thoroughly. Not to sound ungrateful, Shallan, but why did you follow me? We were to patrol? Forgive me, I should have waited for orders instead of running off alone and putting lives in peril. Come, we should return to our employer. I want to be sure that the wounded man had reached safety. Alright, we're fine. Didn't do much actual patrolling, since we only went to the one spot, but, you know. Everything's fine. Deep breaths. Let it wash over you. My colleague has told me of his rescue. Although we had hoped for an escort from the start, I imagine if you hadn't come at all. I've sent him and the others back to our workshop, so consider your duty with us complete. You have my thanks. As for your payment, you can collect it from Kankana. Right. I suppose we report to Kankana then. Also, I think I'm already starting to see how these two quests are going to connect for reasons when we do them to get all the aetherite currents. Aether currents. Okay, Kankana, we have returned. Ogul is still over here, not looking. I had no such troubles in Doma or Kugane, I assure you. This is different. Ah, there you are. Your employer expressed satisfaction with your work, so congratulations on a job well done. As a response to the recent chaos, the upcoming ritual was hastily planned, to say the least. As a consequence, the artisans have been hard-pressed to make everything ready. But when times are hard, the people of Thavnair rely on such traditions to renew their faith and bolster their hearts with the teachings of the divine. The death of an artisan would have thrown the whole thing into disarray, and thus your rescue was timely indeed. Please accept your payment, half each as agreed upon. Are you interested in further work? I may have something for you if so. Alright. I'm almost tempted to accept this and show it off on stream, but I said I'd just show the blue quest. Okay. At any rate, I do need a break now, so I will take my break, get some food, do these side quests, and I will see y'all again in Sharlayan when I get back there. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. Never be amazing, and bye for now.